This is how Swede speaks.
It's New Year's Eve, and that means that it's time to look at the year that is quickly coming to an end. So today, we will take a look at 10 of the most interesting things that happened in 2018. Before we get started, I want to thank my patrons and donors. This is my day job. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. So now, let's have a look at 10 of the most interesting things that happened in 2018 in no particular order. Number 1. Stefan Löfven, Prime Minister of Sweden, went to the White House, and during a joint press conference, US President Donald Trump talked about his 2017 comments on Sweden and said, quote, "I took a little heat, but that was okay because I was proved to be right," unquote. Indeed you were, Mr. President. Number 2. On September 9th, the 2018 Swedish general election was held. Before the election, the so-called right-wing parties in the alliance promised not to work with the Sweden Democrats. So guess what happened? It has now been 3.5 months since said election, and Sweden still doesn't have a government, since nobody is able to form a government without being voted down by a majority in parliament. Number 3. In the summer of 2018, there were forest fires all over Sweden, the worst wildfires in Swedish history. Who showed up in Sweden to help put out these fires? Polish firefighters, loved by ordinary Swedes, who greeted them when they showed up to help. What happened then? The Swedish tax authorities wanted to tax firefighters, Swedes, Poles and others who volunteered to put out the fires. After a public outrage, it was decided that they would not have to pay taxes for volunteering. Number 4. Denmark banned wearing full-face veils in public. This was met by protest by some, while others, me included, cheered the Danish politicians for banning the burqa. Number 5. The British anti-Islam activist Tommy Robinson was arrested on May 25th. He was arrested, tried and sentenced for breaching the peace within a few hours in a kangaroo court. In September, after having been out on bail since August, Tommy Robinson's contempt of court case was adjourned at the Old Bailey in London. In November, Tommy Robinson was appointed an advisor to the UKIP leader Gerard Batten. Number 6. Blexit. Candace Owens and many African Americans with her created the Blexit movement, a movement of black Americans leaving the Democrat Party and thinking for themselves. In 2019, they will hold a Blexit rally in Los Angeles on January 20th. Number 7. In February, during a Q&A session, the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, interrupted a woman during a question, telling her to use the term people kind instead of mankind. Later, Trudeau claimed that this was a joke. Number 8. The Korean War is over. Early in the morning on June 12th, I woke up and watched the news on my way from Oslo to Copenhagen in a ferry. And I got to watch the 2018 North Korea-United States Summit, where Donald Trump and Kim Jong-Un shook hands. Number 9. In December, the crowdfunding site Patreon banned Milo Yiannopoulos and Sargon of Akkad. Sargon of Akkad was banned for having used the N-word in an interview on someone else's channel. Although I don't think Sargon's words were very wise, I mean not his choice of words at least, they were taken out of context. As a consequence, people are now leaving Patreon, and I will leave too, as soon as we find a good alternative. And number 10. On December 19th, the Global Compact for Safe, Orderly and Regional Migration was endorsed by the United Nations General Assembly. 152 countries voted in favor of the resolution to endorse it. 12 countries abstained from voting. Czechia, Hungary, Israel, Poland and the United States voted against it. So those were 10 of the most interesting things that happened in 2018. But I've got one more, a bonus one. A Norwegian citizen escaping Barnevernet, the Norwegian government's children's care organization, was given asylum in Poland. And that's great, because in Norway, the government owns your children. And if they have their eyes on you, they could be waiting at the hospital while you're giving birth. So, what do you think? Did I forget something that should have been in the 10 top list? Which one was your favorite story? And what do you think will happen in 2019? Will Sweden get a government? Will the Brexit movement grow? Will Britain become a free country? Or can you think of something else that you think will happen? Comment below. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate any donations. Even $1 makes a difference. If everyone who watched this channel gave $1, it would transform this channel. Just take a look at the links below. But if you really can't financially support this channel, I would be very grateful if you would share a link to one of your favorite videos from this channel on your social media, because ad revenue also helps. Most importantly, please pray for this channel. Thank you, God bless, and Happy New Year!